Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Imperial Galactic Survival with your Mad Lad, or Mad Hatter, Akiva. So you might be wondering, why am I going for that as the opening intro today? And the reason is that I feel like I'm insane at the moment because of all the projects I'm picking up that are just outside my comfort zone. Yeah, take that in for a minute. Just outside my comfort zone. Yeah. Anyways. So before I get started on this, on the recent video that I uploaded on a Friday of all things. Wait, why are you following our whatever. That I uploaded on a Friday thinking it was Saturday because yeah, I'm just gonna be upfront about that. I goofed up and I uploaded it on a Friday. Whatever. It's the start of the weekend in Australia, so yeah, it still qualifies as a weekend Seattle building, but as a result, you get two Seattle buildings this weekend. Two weekend Seattle building stream episodes this weekend. So yeah, this thing was what we worked on the other day, and as you might remember, the internals are pretty darn cramped to the point where you can pop your shield thrust. You can pop your shield generator if these take damage. So yeah. Anyways, it's got enough face tanking armor that it'll be fine. Anyways, the reason I'm over here is because I was thinking about it after the stream, as I have a mind that just doesn't like give up on anything, you know, and yeah. Anyways, and I was thinking about that container extension that I was. What the? Oh, right. And then there's that problem that I forgot to fix, but whatever. So I was thinking about the container controller that I removed and just placed other things where it was. Now, I'm gonna have to... Alright, it was right here. Now... Can you... Oh, right. I need to change the color again. So that I can actually see what I'm doing. What I had wanted to check was... Combat steel, hardened steel, combat steel large, hardened steel. Okay. No, it wasn't connected to anything. Okay. Okay, well, that puts my mind at ease. You know what? Screw it. I am worried right now, okay? I am, like, what? Okay, so... First off, before I do any shenanigans with commands, let's go ahead and save this as... Yeah, I'm just gonna override that BP. Normally I don't do this. Normally I don't do this for very good reasons, but you know what? Screw it. I want to test something. Okay, so we're gonna go into the console here, and first off, turn on open on exceptions, because what the frick is that spam? I don't know. I'm not gonna touch it. Anyways, first off, we're gonna type in DI. And before I go through this tutorial on how to use this particular command, I should probably tell you what I'm aiming to do here. So I am aiming to remove all container extensions on the ship so that I can figure out what container controllers are connected to what. Okay? That's the idea behind doing this. So, really? Stop spamming it, you annoying. No idea what that is. It's annoying me. No idea what it is, but it's annoying me. Anyways. So I need help replace blocks. Simply gonna type that in. Okay, replace blocks. And I'm typing this in because it's just good to have it there whenever you're doing this command. Replace blocks, entity ID, which is third line on that information console on the left. Third line down, ID equals 1190 in this case. And we're going to need the source block name, so we're going to need to find a container controller or a container extension and look at it. There's one. And then that's the bottom line on it's the bottom line container extension large. Now let's see if I can type this correctly. I think it was none. Or was it 0? Yeah, it was 0. Sometimes I forget. Okay, so that removes every single container controller in the ship, or every single container extension in the ship. And you might notice that you've got some room for container extensions right here. And I believe that's where I made the mistake. Yeah, that's where I made the mistake. So when I originally built the ship, yeah, it's a CPU component, which is completely fine to be honest. When I made this ship, yeah, I didn't connect that group of container extensions to the container controller that was originally there. So if we spawn the original Shrike, F2, type in Shrike, just gonna spawn it right here. And I'm gonna go in and interact with the container controller that was right there. I fixed it. Okay, good. So I did fix it for the public build of the vanilla version. Yeah, I fixed that. Okay. That's what I wanted to know, is where the problem was and did I fix it initially. So, now that I know where the problem is, I can destroy that and respawn the ship. And it's the Azure version. Yes, I will be turning this into an OPV. No, I don't know when it will be coming out. Anyways. Now we go into this ammo box because I don't want an ammo box here. Let's just face it. And then I'm going to pick up that block. Yep, container controller there. You got your Pentax tank there. That was a CPU component, by the way. So we're going to pick up the Pentax tank. We're going to pick up this CPU basic component. And I'm just going to put them on my hotbar. 1, 2. Where are you? Oh, just that. Okay. Okay, so put the basic one there. Put a hardened steel block there. And put the Pentax tank there. Now, I know in the previous video that I moved that Pentax tank for a reason. And that reason was ostensibly... Oh wait, hold on. I don't need to do that. Okay, pick that back up. Pick up the basic CPU extender. Pick that up, because it's steel. And pick up that oxygen tank. Now that I've done that, I know, just moving around randomly in the ship. I'm trying to get my bearings. Don't mind me. Now I can put the Pentax tank right under the core. Now you might be thinking, Akeva, are you mad? Maybe. Never discount that possibility. Am I mad? Oh no, that doesn't fix that issue either. Dang it. Brain no worky. Okay, so I don't want to put, let's go ahead and fix this first. No, I don't want the warp drive, I want that. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've got a warp drive in there, so I'm good. Put that there. Yeah, that's not great. You got a turret right there, you got your Pentaxid tank right there. That's targetable. And no matter how much armor I put there, it's not gonna help it out. Okay, so let's pick that up. Let's pick that up, and let's get out our combat steel blocks. Probably gonna eat my words here. And I'm just gonna copy that particular block. Actually, I'll copy that with the steel block in there because I want to use this combat steel. There we go. I think I like that better. Okay, so that's all combat steel. Now I can put the Pentax tank back in. Like, look, if you're taking damage to the back of the ship aside from a few straight pot shots, then something went wrong. Okay? Something went seriously wrong if you're taking more than just pot shots to the back of the ship. Okay? I'm sorry to break it to you, but I'm not gonna armor this up more than I already armored it right here because of that. Because yeah, that's pilot error at that point. Sorry to burst any bubbles there, but that's pilot error. Excuse me. Okay. There we go. Now, it's above 320k, but you know what? I'm not gonna worry about that too much. It's a cargo hold. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit over 320. And besides, this is reforged. It can go all the way up to 640 if I really wanted it to. But I don't have the room for that. So now there was something else that I was. Oh, I already have one of those. Okay. Great. Why is that there? Okay. I'm currently looking at the internals thinking, is there a way I can strap another capacitor bank in here somewhere? Well, I don't know. I don't think there is, unless I pop it in the front of the nose, which I could do, to be honest. That's the shield generator. Yeah, I don't see any more space to pop it in here, to be honest. And if I really wanted to, I could cut this ship apart and spread it out by 2 blocks. So keep the center line and cut it and push both the sides out 1 block to the left and the right, or the port and the starboard. I could do that, but I'm not really sure what that would solve without a complete internal rework. So I'm just gonna leave it where it is. Now, there is something that I also forgot to do. Dang it, I don't want that. There is something else I wanted to do that I completely forgot in the last episode, and some people will probably have caught onto this, is I don't have 4 of the chargers. Yeah, that I had overlooked that. Now, I could make them functional blocks on the exterior, which sometimes I do. But I don't see that happening either. I don't want to strip away the tanks because it's already got, it already has very, very limited fuel tanks, as is. I don't know. I just don't know. I thought I had this all figured out and there would be room for stuff. I don't have it figured out, guys. I don't have it figured out. Now, what I could do, and what I'm thinking about doing, is let's turn on symmetry plane here, because I've been working without it for a while. Wrong one. There we go. Is I could just pick up the warp core here, because you always want the nose facing the enemy, and the only thing you need to be guarding against is pot shots. Why am I doing this the hard way? I don't know. So what I'm thinking about doing is, first off, ripping out these container extensions, because, well, oh, that's where they connect. Oh, okay. Dang it. I was hoping to put the warp core there, just up on the top, but yeah, that's not gonna work. And then just put the shield the capacitor or the extenders below it, but no, that's not gonna work. So let's go ahead and undo that. Can we then go ahead and put them on the up here, like so? I believe so. That shouldn't be too big of a problem, because the hull is steel blocks, which isn't great, but it is. But I can upgrade that as needed, and then I can put the capacitors and chargers. These are capacitors. Okay. So I want the capacitors over the chargers, which means I still have 2 chargers to put in of the base. Of the base level, excuse me. Okay, so I just need to put 2 in here. And since these are rechargers, since these are the rechargers, excuse me, the chargers, instead of the capacitors, what I can do, there's a convenient little spot here, and I wonder what it was for. Just like, did I just forget to fill things in there, or was this intentional? I don't know. So I'm just gonna put that, because those are the chargers. I have a feeling there was supposed to be a tank there, like a fuel tank there, but you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I am just gonna put, is there anything exploding next to it? No. Okay, then it's going to be steel. It's just going to be steel filler. Okay. There we go. We've got the chargers and capacitors in there fully. Well, as much as I can fit in there. I'd love to put in a recharge shield coupling or whatever they're called, but I don't see that happening because, well, yeah, we've already gone through this. So, I'm just going to leave it as is, because if I keep tweaking it, I'll be here all day, and it is already been 20 minutes working on this when I thought I was just going to look at it real quick. Anyways, I hope you learned something from that insanity, even if it was Akeva is completely nuts and gets sidetracked easily. It is what it is. Now, on to the other piece of insanity that I was working on. This thing is the Shield of Zerapho, or the Sword of Zerapho. I don't remember what I was calling it. But the thing with this thing is that it was cursed. There was a recording episode that I did a couple of weeks ago where it just kept breaking. The selection kept breaking. And at the time, I didn't really comprehend what was going on. And it turns out that when you build a modular, well, not modular, but when you put together these pieces and then build from them and then move them around before filling in between them, what you can sometimes do is move the core so many times that it breaks the selection tool. So one thing that I need to do before I start working on this is move the core to a separate location on a stand. Now, regulars of this channel know that I have a utility item in my BP factory and it's just called a CV starter. And the benefits of this CV starter, if I can find the darn thing, whatever, I'll just search, is twofold. A, you have sort of a stand to work with, and B, you've got some fuel tanks, an oxygen tank, and a generator here so that you can see what you're doing and power it on if you need, but it also has this pointy thing right there that tells you which way the BP is facing. That way, if you get into a situation where you're moving stuff between BPs and you kind of forget which way it's facing, yeah, this doesn't allow you to do that, because a lot of times when you're using just the basic starter block, you can pick up those blocks and not realize which way it's facing because it's basically just 9 blocks and it's got a single arrow painted on it, and it's insufficient, to say the least. And I have issues. Like, I understand why it is what it is, but at the same time, when I'm building in creative, it's just not enough for me. And I should have hit copy there, but whatever. I made this as a result of just going through that headache a couple of times, and I need to stop saying "and" because I've said it so many times. Then again, the English language is full of that in books, so and very, very good writers just decide not to use that word, or as little as feasibly possible. And it's also full of a lot of commas. Back to the original point that I completely forgot with this sidetrack tangent. Good lord. Anyways, moving on. Now, some of you may recognize this thing from promotional content and, dang it, promotional content, thumbnails, things like that. Yeah, this is as far as I've ever gotten with it. So today we are aiming to fix that, and this is going to be the project for, I believe, the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks at the very least. Get my key bindings right here. Just using the control copy function here to make sure that I have the blocks that I need. And we are just going to propagate this a little bit and get the shape fleshed out a bit before moving on. Come on. There we go. I should really switch out the colors while I'm thinking about it. There we go. You know, I could just pull the shaping directly from the Ripper because I've already done it, which is probably a smarter strategy than just try and make the shaping. So let's go ahead and just pull it from the Ripper. Not the Ripper, the Reaper, excuse me. Now, you might be asking yourself, Akeva, why the heck are you pulling an older version? I'm a glutton for punishment, let's just put it that way. You know... Yeah, no. Okay. Yeah, okay. No, fine game. We won't do it that way. I'm not trying to make it a giant super freaking cruiser. What am I thinking here? I'm trying to figure out what I'm thinking here. And sometimes I don't know what my brain is doing until I do it. That makes no sense. It will when you're a builder, let's just put it that way. Oh, okay, that's what I'm doing. Okay, that's fine. Okay. And I know that was just no context explanation there for what I was thinking. I know that. Hopefully actions will speak louder than my thought processes in this case. Anyways. I should have the symmetry on at the moment, but the vertical symmetry on at the moment, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Oh, dang it. Let's pull up the Reaper again. I have questions. Really? That's how I did it? Okay. Okay, if I'm not chatting too much, it's because I'm extremely tired at the moment. I didn't get a chance to record until it was a lot later than normally I record, and that's saying something. So, yeah, there's that. Now, I'm currently just prepping things to just do some selection, copy and paste. Huh, I did quite well with that. Nice. Better than I expected. Okay. Okay. That is a very, very quick and easy way of fixing that sort of insanity problem. So the reason I am keeping this piece on the build is, or not on the build, but as it is over here and not just copying and pasting over it and removing the excess later, is for the simple reason that this piece is slightly different than these pieces back here because it has the finishing, it has some of the block work on the sides done, and it just saves me time later down the line about not having to redo the block work, and I just save these versions on here until I'm happy with them, or these versions of these pieces on here until I'm happy with them, for the simple reason that I don't know if I'm going to keep it, I don't know if I'm going to need it, but it will save me time later, and I know that for a fact, that it will save me time, because I've done this type of shenanigans so often that I'm just like, yes, I want to make sure that I save myself as much time in the long run as I can, because otherwise these projects, doing it from scratch every time, will not only just not save time or eat up time, it will freaking just destroy your sanity. I'm not kidding, it will destroy your sanity. Dang it. And it already is destroying my sanity, but you get my point, okay? Oh, ram it. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll do it that way. Do I want to copy that piece, or do I want to copy... I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just thinking out loud. What am I doing? I just realized what I was doing. I'm an idiot. Control Shift A. Cut it. And paste it where I want it. Screw that thruster. I can replace it later. I was trying to do all that elaborate shaping around that thruster. Because that thruster that was there. And I was trying to move it around. When I can just simply just move that thruster later. It's fine. Yeah, that's completely fine. Drats. Alright. Now, this is shaping up nicely, and it's a good starting point. I managed to get it to the... Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and turn the light back on so we can actually see this and look at what the progress that's been done, rather than look at the big picture. So, you have these rear-facing thrusters set up. Now, I don't know how I'm going to blend these block shapes, to be honest. Let me turn on Symmetry Plane again for the moment. I don't know how I'm going to blend these, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm thinking that because there's space back here, right there, that it might be good to have some defense turrets like that. Then again, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I could put them as that, but yeah, you're right about the thruster. Why would you put those there? Anyways, that's the idea that I had. Bringing this down and removing the underhang for this one is also something that I want to do. I'd rather put a glowy transition here for this, but again, it's something we'll have to look at when on the next time I look at this, because, well, we'll see how it goes. Then there is the blending of this shaping right here with this shaping right here, so we'll have to figure that out. I mean, I've done that before, and I did that on the Eternal Midnight, or whatever it is, Eternal Darkness. No, Eternal Midnight, yeah, that was right. I was right the first time. And I did that, and I will possibly just look at the shaping from that and copy it in. Realize that I just did that without Symmetry Plane on. But again, it's just something for next time. And we will see. I am very happy with... I'm very happy with how the just pulling certain shaping styles from this one worked into this, because you already have the rear facing thrusters up on the top there in these thruster mounts, and so you don't need them directly behind these, because I want these to be as I want these to be as as far back as possible, and I really want to clip this into it so that it actually pulls it in there, and it's not going to have this pullback section, the section that pulls it back like most of the ships. So I'll do a blending. At least that is the plan. Whether or not I remember this for next week, we will see. Heck, I might do what I did with some of the other builds recently, which is not only do I work on them on the weekends during the weekend Seattle building, but I also randomly come into my Discord, and I say, hey, I go into announcement, and I say, hey, I'm going to be working on this, feel free to come by and chat with me and actually work with me on it between the actual videos, so that I could actually engage with the community over on the Discord. So if you want to, anybody's free to do that, okay? I do it publicly, and I welcome anybody to come in and say hi, ask what you're working on, just come over, give some ideas. I do that all the time. And then because this is going to be a larger project, I will, and I don't want to string it out over 5 episodes, I will also work on this during the week at random times, probably in the mornings when I wake up before I have to go work shifts or whatever. Anyways, there will be a link to the Discord in the description, along with all the other advertising links. I hope to see you guys next time. Remember to be kind to your fellow humans. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to be kind to your fellow humans. They can be aggravating, and believe me as somebody that came to this planet to observe humans, yeah, that's plenty other better planets as assignments to do than. Okay, enough with that shtick. Anyways, have a nice day. Be kind to your fellow humans. Banshee out.